Gentlemen, here we are finally at the last day of summer. Tomorrow is the first day of fall here in America. So naturally all the YouTube fashion dudes are putting out their trend videos, but who's really looking out for your pockets? This guy, that's who. So in this video, not only do I have the top 10 trends for you, but I've also done the extra work to find the very lowest prices online so you can start trending without overspending. Let's get it popping.
Ooh, I'm a pretty man. Ooh, that's that ugly style.
Coming in at number 1, we have longer outerwear reimagined. So think about your basic overcoat or anorak or trench coat and switch up that fabrication. This season they're in bold checks, unexpected patterns, and even reflective material. Look at this Boohoo man jacket. It looks like a plain gray jacket, but when you take a photo with flash, you see that it's actually reflective material. So it's a great standout piece for a night out in the fall. And even if you're a subtle guy, there are so many dope details and interesting fabrics out this season that you can still find yourself a subtle pattern, some cool texture, or even a jacket that you wouldn't even expect to be made in longer form, just like this bomber jacket from Menlo House. So whether you're a bold guy that doesn't mind attention or more of a subtle flex kind of dude, there's some interesting outerwear out there for you, and I found pieces as low as $25 down in the description. Next up, we have elevated boots. And when I say elevated, I'm either talking a stacked heel boot for a touch of class and a more of a sleek look, or a chunky sole boot that feels a lot more rugged and relaxed overall. These type of boots are interchangeable for anybody that has like an all black vibe or likes to wear really dark colors. Depending on what mood you're in, you can wear either one. So instead of getting a Doc Marten or getting yourself a YSL shoe, go ahead and cut that price in half and you still be able to get 2 pairs of these. And I found them online for you for as low as 34 bucks, and you know where to find the links. Next, we have my favorite thing on this entire list, and that's kimono. And when I say kimono, I'm talking about plurals. Kind of like the word deer, where you don't add an S on the end, but you mean more than one. And if you listened to me last year, then you probably already have some kimono. I showed you how these are perfect layering pieces, even for a more dapper look, maybe under an overcoat. And if you follow me on Instagram, you already started seeing me pull them out late in the spring when it started getting a little bit cooler. So currently I have like 6. I probably need like 1 or 2 more this season and my collection is complete. So if this year you want to actually listen to me, you can hop on too for as low as $24, and you find links down below. Now next up, we have cheap basics. I'm talking your sweatshirts, your t-shirts, your pants, that for some reason luxury companies think they can charge us crazy amounts for. Now it used to be that if you come out of pockets hundreds of dollars for a luxury item, then it's gonna be made better than anything else you can find out there. And for a lot of things it still is, if you're talking about like a shoe or a bag or something like that. But when it comes to basics, like a sweatshirt, there's not a big differentiating factor outside of the Gucci logo on the front or whatever. And we're not falling for that. So for me, I found t-shirts, pants, sweatshirts, all down for you in the description for as low as $3, as they should be. Now next up, we got an interesting one. Sustainable fashion. Now whether you know it or not, fashion, especially fast fashion, has one of the biggest carbon footprints, one of the biggest wasters of industry on the planet. So you see a lot of great companies like Asket or Everlane being more transparent, being more responsible with how they're producing things. But the thing that makes that hard is that these type of companies are usually on the more expensive side. So recently ASOS, one of the biggest fast fashion companies out there, has an entire section on their website dedicated to responsibility. So you have thousands of pieces that are made of recycled materials, that use a lot less water than usual, and that are just more environmentally on point. So if this is the type of thing that matters to you, whether you're a vegan or you just want to be more responsible with your purchasing, there are plenty of affordable pieces at ASOS, and I found them for you down below in the description for as low as $6. Now moving on to Monochrome Footwear. If you look to my right, you'll see the sneaker of the day, which as you can see is a monochrome pair of shoes. This is one of my favorite sneakers. I had them for like a year. They're by Koyo, but the thing is, they don't really fit in this video. They're like $240, much more of an investment piece. But to stay on theme for this video, I found some lower ones too that are like still nice, but you can test the trend out without fully making the investment right away. And they can be sneakers, boots, or even hard bottom dress shoes. As long as they're the same color from top to bottom, you're on trend. and I found them for you for as low as 32 bucks, and all the links are down below. Now this next one I haven't even done myself yet, but I'm definitely going to, at least like one. And these are oversized scarves. Now you might remember back in 2012 when Lenny Kravitz wore this big giant scarf, and then a whole bunch of memes were made and a lot of people were making fun of him. But right now, 7 years later, it's now a thing that people are doing. You know how that famous saying goes, first they laugh, then they copy? This is exactly what that situation is. Now obviously you don't have to go that extreme and go with that big old giant one, but there are other ones that just aren't so ridiculous that serve as a great layering piece. But when I did some research on where to get these, the high-end designers started hitting us with the hokey doke once again. I saw them for 300 bucks, 800 bucks, even $1,000 for a scarf. A scarf. But then I got an idea. I said, let me go back over to ASOS, even though I only saw 2 men's on there, and switch it to women's. And a whole bunch of other scarves are there, oversized, as low as $9. And lots of masculine colors. So we're talking your blacks, your grays, your plaids, or even if you're a guy that thinks outside the box and doesn't mind wearing non-traditionally manly colors, then you got plenty to choose from. So sometimes you just gotta know where to look so these big designers don't fool you and picking a whole bunch of nonsense for for a scarf? What? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, moving on. Now next we have textured outerwear and sweaters. Now this is perfect for subtle guys who don't want to wear a whole bunch of crazy colors or patterns or really step out the box too much. This season, there are a whole bunch of coats, jackets, sweaters that have a lot of great textures to them. The sweater weaves are getting a lot bigger. You find a lot more cable knits out there, a lot of large ribbing patterns on sweaters, so you can then express yourself in a way that feels a lot more subtle, a lot more understated. And whether we're talking jackets, hoodies, or sweaters, I found them for as low as $6. And all the links are down below. Another trend you might want to pay attention to is looser clothing. Now for spring, summer, it was much more focused on pants. You saw that I made videos on like how to wear big pants or looser pants without feeling silly. But now we're talking head to toe, full loosey-goosey looks. And there are ways to do it that don't feel totally ridiculous, and you just gotta balance that out. And it does lean a little more streetwear, but there are ways to dress it up. There are guys that can kind of clean it up with looks like these. And it may not be your taste, but I at least want to put it on your radar. And I'm finding some low pieces in there. For like $20, you can get some good jeans. 30 bucks, you can find some good boxier jackets. I found a few pieces, so I got links down below for you if you want to check them out. And last but not least is lighter neutrals. Now as guys, I know we kind of lean towards the darker ones, like the dark grays, the olive greens, the maroons, the navies, the blacks, right? That's kind of what I wear usually around the fall season. But for this fall, we're looking at lighter tones. Now chances are you already have a camel overcoat, or at least you want one. Now just throw on some cream or beige layers underneath it and put it on with your favorite pair of sneakers, and it's as simple as that. And I don't really have links for these, so to speak. I might try to find a couple, but this is more of a PSA than anything. Now if this video brought you any kind of value, even a little bit, make sure to hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you haven't subbed to my channel yet, this is the only place on YouTube. You're not only gonna find stuff about affordable fashion, underrated sneakers, how to dress smart casually, but also stuff on like how to take better outfit photos, how to be more successful on social media. It's like both sides, right? Because you want to be successful in real life, how you dress, how you present yourself, but also how you present yourself online is just as important, especially if you're building a brand or a business. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and sub, hit that bell icon, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.